Republicans don't get faulted for making claims that are far more absurd than the claims that Congressman Grayson makes. In fact, Congressman Grayson, I challenge anyone to challenge any of his claims on a factual basis, and they'll find that they're mistaken, because this is a guy who just makes sense. Sure, does he, with the Republicans don't want you to get sick, then they want you to die they die quickly. Was it a dramatization? Yeah, absolutely it was a dramatization, but it was completely factually and empirically accurate. And right now it looks like we're still waiting for Congressman Grayson to come through here, but we will have him on the program. And I just can't emphasize enough, folks, if you're interested in protecting today's benefits. Now again, I want to disclose, I do work for Social Security Works. I do work for an organization, and it looks like Congressman Grayson is joining us now. I do want to disclose that I do work for an organization during the week called Social Security Works, which is an organization devoted to preventing Social Security from being cut. And so obviously Congressman Grayson's work is especially important to me, and I always disclose that. But if you're one of the 80% of Americans that does not want to see this program cut, that understands and knows that we built our Social Security system strong because it is the only safe and the least risky way to save for retirement or in the event of unexpected disability or death of a provider in the family. If you're one of the people for whom 401ks are not working, for whom things for whom your grandparents depend on this program, if they're today's beneficiaries, if they rely on it, if they're one of the people that on average receives the average benefit of $14,000, if you're one of the people that understands that this is a system that we paid into, it cannot contribute to the deficit. By law, it cannot borrow from the general budget. Then don't just let your members of Congress get away with lip service. Don't let them do it. Insist that they follow Congressman Alan Grayson, Congressman Mark Takano, and a couple dozen other members of Congress who had the bravery, the temerity, to do the only thing that matters, which is say that they're not going to vote for it, and pledge that much, and pledge that much. David Shuster, I was just talking about this on the air, that some of the statements that Congressman Grayson made, they may be dramatic, but I don't think anyone would impugn their accuracy, and I resent the idea that Democrats and Republicans are held to different standards on this count.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, Alan Grayson, he speaks his mind, and I would say that he's been truthful. I mean, he doesn't sugarcoat things, and that's, the unfortunate thing with how Washington is that because of political niceties and getting things done, that sometimes you have to be diplomatic. Alan Grayson is not a diplomat, and I think the thing is we need more people who are transparent and honest about what they're saying and what they believe, as opposed to people who will say one thing at a press conference and say something else behind closed doors.
And again, this goes to the idea, again, the willingness, he represents a swing district. This is a person who is and yet an accomplished business person. And I think we're going to have Congressman Grayson on, but we're going to go to break because we want to leave plenty of time to talk with him. And we want to encourage all of our listeners to stay tuned, because this is one of the movers and shakers in today's Congress. And you're not going to want to miss this interview. Coming up, Congressman Alan Grayson from Florida's 9th District.